Hey everyone, this is Cynthia, psychic and astrologer. So today we're going to be discussing November 11th. I might even put in there November 12th, but right now, one of the things that I did want to point out is that we do have the moon in Gemini. So you may have noticed communication really increasing. And this could be even a time where you notice an increase of text messages, emails, phone calls, just having more discussions with others. So that's great. Now, the only little concern that you may run into with November 11th and even into November 12th is that you may be feeling like all the work and effort you put into something, like it's not bringing in enough results, or if it's like a work project that you're really putting in a lot of work and effort and not really feeling like you're getting ahead. But this is actually just a situation where you're just going to be really taking care of like the tedious tasks, the small details of a project. Now, what are the other things that you may have issues with? And I'm not saying that this will happen. This could also be a situation that you may be normally experiencing or that you might just end up experiencing is having issues with what I would say, like with the bones, where the bones is skeletorial, your back, your teeth, maybe a backache. Um, Sometimes I notice I even experience this sometimes, like, you sleep the wrong way, or maybe you, end up, doing a home-related project, a chore around the home, and you end up, having a sore muscles at the end, sore back at the end. So maybe if anything, this might also be an indication of just kinda be aware that if you do decide to do any physical work, maybe try not to put too much on yourself because you might end up really overstraining yourself, and maybe not even realize that you're doing that. It's just that maybe you get so involved in the project that you don't realize that maybe you have, uh, you know, put too much on your body. But it's a great time for communication, to run errands, take care of tasks and projects, though. Now, early in the morning, you may actually feel a sense of feeling more artistic and creative. This could even be a great time to craft, create, design, write something, put an email together, write something to someone. You're just going to notice, and you're going to feel more like you could craft your sentences more easily. So it is a great time of communication from early morning hours to about 10 a.m. I think that would work great for you. Now, I did mention about, being very physically active, and that you'll probably notice it from about 7 to 10 a.m. But this is also going to be a time from, I would say, pretty much most of the day. So I would say from about 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m., where it is a very positive social time for you. Communication should be looking very, very positive. The only thing that I would say, just to be a little bit careful of, is that sometimes communication could create more tension with another person if you're trying to express yourself, and depending on who the person is, sometimes maybe the expression, the comment doesn't come out in the right way. So maybe you're trying to have a conversation, and maybe some of the comments, the topics could be maybe a bit a bit too much for the other person. So it's a positive time in having open communication. um, I think it's just going to be a situation of what it is that you're trying to accomplish in the conversation. So this could be a time of maybe some tension, but it could also be a very good time to have greater clarity and to clear up the air, especially if there's been some kind of disagreement with someone else. So by the end of the night, especially around 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m., the moon will start to move on from the sign of Gemini and will start moving into the sign of Cancer. So the next couple days could bring easily a time to focus on home related projects. This could also be a time where you may feel more of a time to just kind of take care of things more closer to the home, relating with family, friends, maybe not being too open to want to reach out and be too communicative, too social, but being open to dealing with anyone more closer to the home, even your neighbors. So dealing even with the neighbors. And then as we get into Saturday, November 12th, what I really love about the 12th is that you're going to notice this greater sense of creativity, uh, being having this ability to craft and create. And when I say craft and create, this could be many times we think of it in an artistic view, to paint, design, put things together in like a craft. But there's also this other part. And this other part of craft and create that I like to explain is, take, for instance, when you're putting together music, movies, writing, um, really put it, for instance, I've been running into many people telling me they're putting a novel together, writing a novel together. This would be a perfect day where you're going to notice you'll be able to write more easily, uh, put more thoughts and ideas together, and your artistic abilities and creativity will just increase. So you definitely want to take advantage. I know many times if you're in the process of, writing a book, sometimes you have moments where, you kind of run out of ideas or a thought. But this is a day where I think you're going to really like that all of a sudden these thoughts and ideas just come together. And this is a great time to, write and, craft and put something together. And again, if you do music, do videos, do any kind of creating in that way, I think this will be a great time where you're really going to enjoy putting all that together, producing. You'll definitely like the energy of it. So everything that I feel really comes together for that, I think you're really going to enjoy. You're really going to like things coming together. The overall days, I think, as you get into Saturday and into Sunday, you're just going to notice like the pace kind of being more uplifting, things run a lot more smoothly. For the 11th, communication is great. There might be some a little tension, but I don't really think you might notice too much, depending on what might be going on for you. But it's gonna definitely be a day of hard work, keeping busy. For Saturday, craft and creating, so much artistic ability there. You might even have your greatest gifts of insight during that time. So you may want to follow your hunches and intuition during that time too. But overall, I think it's gonna definitely be a couple days that you could get a lot completed and a lot done, at that time.